Okay, so I promised you a makeup tutorial, so you're getting me fresh faced, no makeup on, and I'm going to apply my makeup, and you can find out what products I'm using. I'm just dagging out at home today, but I do have to go to the post office, and I normally wouldn't go without makeup on. I'm someone who, I put my foundation on to go to the letterbox. That's definitely me. So a couple of years ago, I started using this brand of foundation, Fora. Just bought it off eBay, saw it was fairly cheap. It's about the $15 price range. I think sometimes I can get it even cheaper than that, which is a great price to pay. It's in a pump, which I love, but you can also take the lid off so that when you can't pump it anymore and there's still foundation inside of there, you can take the lid off and get every single bit of it out, which is great. I've also started using, which is super important to get a beautiful dewy sort of finish, their primer, which I love. And I've only got a small one because I just wanted to test it out, but I absolutely love it. So I'll be getting a larger one of that. I use their powder as well. So, and I've also got their concealer, which I just will dab to make, I guess, some areas a bit less dark circle-ish. My skin has primarily always been dry, whether it's from living in Far North Queensland, I'm not sure. And I have pigmentation from being in Far North Queensland and being in the sun. Probably moving to Melbourne has probably helped my skin immeasurably because obviously it's a very different climate and I find that I'm not in the sun as much. I felt like in Far North Queensland, even when you went to put clothes out on the line, sometimes you would actually get burnt, which is great because you get a tan, but it's not great for your skin, full stop. I also get a checkup every 12 months on all of my skin. My sister's recently, when I say recently, in the last couple of years, had a melanoma, and we need to make sure that you're always checking your skin because if you catch something early, it's just a small cut to take it out. If you don't catch it early, it's going to be large. And I don't know if some of you can see, you probably can't, but I have quite a large scar here where I had a mole removed on my face many years ago. It wasn't anything nasty. It was just something that was kept growing as I was getting older, and I could actually see it in my line of vision. It was really off-putting. I kept thinking there was something on my face, which there was, but it was actually in my line of vision. So I went in and saw about it and saw if I could get it removed, which I could. But while I was in there, they actually found a little spot underneath one of my other eyes that they did a punch test on because they were a bit concerned that that might have been a melanoma. So I'm glad that I went, very glad that I had the mole removed, but then I was left with a scar here, which was all well and good until I lost 50 kilos, and then my face kind of fell in because the fat was removed from my face. So it's probably why I like to have a really good coverage in my foundation. Although no one else would probably notice it, I notice it, so I want to have a good foundation. If you get one that sort of cakes and dries on your skin, I find that makes that line even more visible, and I don't like it. So let's get started. So primer. I am no makeup technician, by the way, but I just know how to put my makeup on so that I can get a really good finish. And I've had a lot of people say to me, hey, who does your makeup? And clearly I do my own makeup. So if I do anything that's like out of whack or not the right order, that's how I do my makeup. So just spotting that on. Use a beauty blender all the time. This one needs to probably be thrown in the bin. You get that. But yeah, it's kind of weird doing it to a phone and not the proper mirror. So I don't have as good a, I guess, like make sure you go right out to your ear there and then obviously up to your hairline. Normally I probably should have my hair up because having blonde hair is good until you're applying foundation, and then you see, I don't know if you've ever seen people where they've got like their hair's like brown from their foundation, which isn't great. So just like dabbing all that in to try and get good coverage. Got a few little marks on my face. Good old pimples, you know. You get them even though you're nearly bloody 50. Bit under this eye. I do my eyelids as well. I know some people don't put foundation on their eyelids. But as you can see, it's a great colour. I've managed to, I think this one's called Bare Buff. And it's kind of like an in-between colour. This is so weird putting on makeup and talking. But anyway, you can see there already how much better I look with foundation on, hence why I put it on to go to the letterbox. I don't love the shininess. I find as you get older, especially people if they've had, it's kind of like a dead giveaway, I guess, if they've had any sort of like Botox or any injectables, they get a very shiny forehead. I have used injectables a couple of times. I tend to use Dysport, not Botox, because I don't have a lot of wrinkles anyway on my face. Been very fortunate. And so they're not super deep, and it just seems to last a lot longer on me. So yeah, I have used it. I don't judge anyone that uses it. I think everyone should want to be able to stay as young as possible, for as long as possible and look youthful. I often have people say, can't believe that you're nearly 50. But you know, it's what you do. I don't think I look unnatural, or plastic in any way. I can still like lift my eyebrows, but I just don't have a lot of forehead wrinkles, and I don't like forehead wrinkles. And, you know, I have a little bit here around my eyes. So when you smile, there's still some wrinkles there, but not a lot. So yeah, it's a good option. Probably needed about, for me, it lasts like about 5 months. I'm quite lucky. So a couple of times a year, I'll go and have a little bit of maintenance done. People say to me, oh, does it hurt? Of course it hurts. You don't have needles in your face and it doesn't hurt. But is it worth it? Absolutely. So this is new, so I'm just going to use a little bit of spotting of that. And I know I put it over the powder, and I'll probably have to then go back and fix it up. The powder, if you're living in a Queensland climate, just stops your makeup from dripping off your face. Nobody wants makeup dripping off your face. And I actually need glasses, so I don't even know how good this makeup is going on, but at the moment it looks okay. So yeah, literally I can put makeup on. I'm taking longer to do this because I'm doing it on camera, but I can do my face in about literally 5 minutes, so I can be ready to go somewhere in 5 minutes. This eyebrow brush, super important. My eyebrows, I have to go and get them tinted all the time, and people say, oh, why don't you go and get them tattooed? I just don't love the look of it. Each to their own. I just find on myself, because I'm so fair, it's just way too severe. And I don't even know how this is going to work out, trying to do this without a really good mirror. I think it'll be bad. So now I just have like an eyebrow shadow. It is a BYS one. The lid is broken. I go through these. I buy them all the time. They're like from Kmart. And I'll just draw in, basically, and I can't kind of see. Just with the angle of my brush, I'll just draw my brow that I like. I also do use, and I'll be, if I'm going out to the races, I'll use a template, which will be like a slim high arch, because I don't have a huge eyebrow. And even though people love these massive eyebrows, they just look ridiculous on me because of my color palette or coloring. So as you can see, I'm just sort of drawing that in freehand because I can't really see with this camera. But as you can see, it kind of gives me some shape. And I look a bit normal, a bit more normal. But looks weird. See how weird it looks if you don't have other makeup on. So if I went and had my eyebrows tattooed, I just think that would look way too weird all the time. I'd look like a bit of an alien. So now, Revolution. I love this palette. It's called Golden Sugar Rose Gold. It's literally got 8 colors on it. It's not very clean because I use it every day. I just get my blush brush and I just run it over the whole palette like that. So you're not actually even using one color, you're using a whole heap. And I'll just give myself a little bit of a, that's probably too much. Bit of a blush. That's way too much for me normally. But anyway, we'll just go with what that is today. And if you also like me and have 1,000 eyeshadow palettes, but you only use the one, I use a nude color palette all the time. I wish when they did a nude color palette, they'd make like this color 4 times the size of every other color, because it's always my base color that I put onto my eyes. Just looking for a brush. So literally just cover my eyelid and my whole eye up to my eyebrow arch with that lighter color. I hope you aren't finding this too boring, but I find it so funny that I'm doing it on camera. Then I just go like a slightly darker color on the outside of my eye. As you can see, I've done my makeup so many times, I literally could nearly do it blindfolded and it would probably always turn out the same. So a little bit darker on the outside. Now, if I was just going to the post office like I am today, I probably wouldn't do any more eyeshadow than that. But if I'm going to the races or something, I'll do a color similar to the outfit I'm wearing. So if I'm using more bronzes or I'm using more blues, I might use a blue even in there, or just a slightly darker brown just on the outside. And then you just keep blending. So I always use, was always using a kohl pencil, black, because this is what I was always using, on top eyelid and bottom eyelid. Anyway, whilst I was on holidays, I watched quite a lot of social media, and I watched some people who are older, and they did a bit of a tutorial on not using a black eye pencil because it makes you look older. And oh my God, it's kind of changed my world. So remember that eyebrow palette and this end brush of that one? I literally just put that on that brush, and this will be fun, but I just run it across the top of my eyelid where I'd normally put an eyebrow pencil. And it'll just define your eyes, and it just doesn't make you look quite so severe and quite as old. Now, I have no idea what I'm doing here because I really need a better mirror. But hopefully it'll give the effect of what I'm trying to show you. And you do the same underneath. Try not to get it in your eye. And it's probably not as good as I'd normally do it because I can't really see. Isn't it funny, the faces we pull when we're putting on makeup? But you can kind of get a drift. Don't spend a lot on mascara because I literally throw them out once a month. Found a brand called Lash Princess. You can also get it, I think, at Kmart. I think I've seen it at Kmart or Target or one of them. Lash Princess, it's like this. It's a bloody brilliant. And like I said, because I've had operations on my eyes with the glands in my lids getting stuck or blocked up, I don't keep my eye makeup, as in my mascara, for very long. So just a quick, because I can't see. If I had a better mirror, I'd be all over this, but I can't see. So hopefully it's giving you the idea of what's going on with my makeup. So lots of coats on top lashes. I have very fair lashes. Once again, I could go and get them tinted all the time, but it costs a fortune and it hurts like hell because they always tend to burn. And because I've had those issues with my eyelids, I'm very careful getting my eyelashes tinted. And it doesn't last that long. So good cheap mascara, you know, it'll do the thing. Underneath. Oh God, the faces you pull. I don't even know what that's looking like, but as you can see, we're building a face and it's all good. The other thing is I used to spend a fortune on lipsticks, an absolute fortune. During COVID, I decided I wasn't going to do that anymore because it was literally going on to a mask. So the best thing you can do, because I've put foundation everywhere, is wipe your lips, get a clear gloss. This one that I'm using is a Sophie Monk one, and I think you can buy it at Target. Mac Beauty or something like Mick Beauty or something. It's a Sophie Monk one. I'll try and find them all and link them into the video somehow. And just rub a clear gloss onto your lips. I have had so many people say to me, what color lipstick are you wearing? And I'm like, I'm wearing my own natural lip color. Literally not wearing lipstick. So there you go. I don't know what you think, but I'm telling you it's much better than it was at the beginning of the video. I probably have to go and fix my eyes where I've got a closer mirror and put a bit more mascara on. But as you can see, I've got a great color. It's kind of like a bit of a glow with that palette that I've used from Revolution. But if you want any information on any of the stuff that I've used, please send me a message. Nothing costs a fortune. It's all fairly inexpensive, like pharmacy makeup. Like I said, apart from the Fora that I get from eBay. And yeah, I just find that that works really well. I really like the look using the pencil, using the shadow brushed on in the dark brown rather than a really severe black kohl pencil. And if I was going to the races, then I'd stick on a set of strip lashes, and basically that's how I'd head off. So this is me made up. There's a makeup tutorial for you. I'm not an expert at it by any means, but if you want any questions or you got some on the products, please send me a message and I will help you out. Have a great day. See ya.